Hey, Sean, what makes Jordan Ta'amu different?
The biggest difference with Jordan Ta'amu is, he stepped in at such an, kind of awkward time towards the latter of the season, and the guy had 0 SEC starts under his belt, and then you see this guy coming in who is so composed and confident, and he portrayed that to the whole offense, and then the offense adopts that confidence. So having him, just his composure is the part that sets him apart. And, we're really appreciative of that. And, it helps the offense, believe it or not.
We'll go to the camera position on the back right.
Hey, Sean. Andy Lee, WTVA in Tupelo. Piggybacking on Hugh's question, how have you seen Jordan emerge from this time last year, a backup looking for reps, to the leader of your offense and your team?
So he's embraced it. He embraced it from day one. Whether it was coming in at the beginning of Arkansas or the end of LSU, and he's embraced it, and he's progressed so much since then. You can tell that confidence and that swagger he has, but it's a quiet swagger, and it's a selfless confidence, and it just speaks to the character of Jordan. And, it gives the offense a lot of confidence. And now that he's had, 4 starts, 5 starts under his belt, it's going to be fun to watch him this year and be a part of it.
Again, if you'll raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you for any questions for Sean. We'll go over here on the back left.
Hey, Sean, you had some early struggles on the road, but you guys really hit your stride on the road in November, beating 2 bowl teams. What's your mentality? What's an offensive lineman's mentality that allowed you guys to thrive on the road last year? It seems like of all positions, offensive linemen would probably embrace playing on the road, just that dirty work, business-like approach that comes with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's an embrace the challenge and appreciate the challenge that you get the opportunity to do that. So we always enjoy the challenge, and we take pride in that as an offensive line. You've got an offensive line with over 100 starts all the way across, which is incredible. You got guys like Greg Little, Javon Patterson, Ben Brown, Jordan Sims, and Alex Givens and Royce Newman. All those guys are ready to step in, from the start, from the first game, and that's something that we've always taken pride in is playing in that atmosphere and communicating the best that we can.
Go to the back row over here to the right.
Hey, Sean. Right here. What's it like learning from Matt Luke, who's also a center at Ole Miss?
He is exactly the role model that you would want to have on and off the field. He has the blue-collar, workers mentality. Nobody cares who gets the credit. And that's something that the offensive line has always had with him. And, he's had that mentality with us always, so we've adopted it. And to see that transition to the entire team, it's incredible. And I always say he changed the culture in less than a month. So imagine what how far we've come and progressed over a year. And it really adopted that mentality, and the whole locker room believes in it. And, we take a lot of pride in playing for Coach Luke. And, he hasn't changed a bit since day one he's taken over.
Go to the camera platform all the way at the top on the right.
Hey, Sean, Tom Ebel, WCBI Sports in Columbus, Mississippi. 2 questions for you. First, have you noticed any kind of noticeable change with Coach Luke ever since he removed that interim tag, now that he's had a full spring, a full summer with you guys? Has there been any sort of change in how comfortable he has been?
Well, like I said earlier, he hasn't changed a bit. Personally, from day one, he's always had the same approach he had with us as an offensive line in the meeting room, and now to see that dispersed among the team is incredible. And, there was always a confidence about him, believe it or not, from day one, from when the news broke to getting his interim removed and becoming the head coach. And there obviously is a lot of raw emotion from him, and you'll see raw emotion from us, and such as in that video of the entire team standing up and us just going crazy because of how much respect we have for him as a coach. And it's a testament to his character how much the guys love him in the locker room.
And then second question for you, you talked about, Jordan's development and being excited to see what Jordan can do this year, but the weapons around you guys, having AJ, DK, Dawson Knox, what do you expect out of those guys this year? And a lot of talk about them being NFL talent, but to have one more year with those guys, what are you expecting from them?
Yeah, I'm sure glad they're on our team. Extremely talented guys, and you almost have to take a step back and just watch in awe. Seeing AJ run a post route, and as soon as the ball hits his hands, he makes something special happen, and that's so much fun to be a part of. And then you have DK Metcalf, reaching up in the back of the end zone in the final seconds of Kentucky, and us going and winning that game on the road. It's just special to be a part of, and being able to play with those guys and be a part of it with them is, you just can't say enough about them.
We'll go to the camera position over here, standing on the right.
Sean, what's it like to enter a season having some stability and normalcy after just years of just weirdness surrounding the program?
Yeah, so you always have that outside perspective, that outsider perspective that, there's this dark cloud looming and there's so much uncertainty, but there's not. And Coach Luke did an incredible job of just kind of, making that vanish. It was almost, when I say that he changed the culture, the uncertainty part is the thing that disappeared. You have him focus, you have him, allowing us to focus on the task at hand and battling adversity. And we took that kind of approach to, whatever comes our way, good. If it's bad, it's good. Just turn it into a positive outlook. And that he really allowed us to change our perspectives as well in the locker room.
Go to the second row, all the way to the left.
Yeah, Sean, you mentioned the Kentucky game. Do you remember anything Jordan said or did in the final moments of that game as you guys are trying to score and win that one?
So watching him in the final minutes, we were in 2-minute drill. I think it may have been under 2 minutes driving down the field. He runs a quarterback draw and gets flipped on his head, but his elbow was down, so I believe we called a timeout after that and just kind of got together, hey, here's what we're going to do. If this doesn't work, here's what we're going to do. And looking in his eyes, you saw a veteran. You have that composure, like I was saying earlier, that confidence, that selfless confidence that, he's saying, all right, guys, let's go do this thing. But he's so composed as he's doing it. So the offense is like, that's just kind of chilling that he was so unexperienced but experienced. He had that veteran mentality, and that's what caused the offense to be so successful, I do believe.
Go to the camera position, right in the middle.
How good do you think this offense can be now that you have 1 year in the system, in Phil Longo's system, and you go into year 2?
The sky's the limit with the offense. We have, we have the talent, obviously. You have this really deep wide receiver core with these extremely athletic guys, and then you have veterans all the way across the offensive line. And you got a guy, Jordan, who I've been talking about, Tamu, is just, got that veterans mentality. And that means that, we're going to be clicking on all cylinders rather than, trying to figure it out. And, we've got 1 year of the offense under our belt. So, and we were able to click, on all cylinders towards the end of the season. We're going to pick up where we left off with the momentum.